is a variant of a game called Forty Thieves, also known as Napoleon at St. Helena. I decided to play this variant first because Forty Thieves is really difficult, and I'm terrible at it. So I wanted to play an easier variant first, and I'm a fan of this one. So most of the games I've played on this channel so far have been what are called open games. This means that all of the cards are dealt at the start of the game, and all of them are known, so they're dealt face up. In those games, you can plan all your moves ahead of time and build a strategy based on that. However, the game we're playing tonight is a closed game. That means that we can't know ahead of time what cards we're gonna get. The tableau is dealt face down, and the rest of the cards go in a stockpile. And we don't know what's in the stockpile until we draw the cards. So you can't plan moves ahead of time. Instead, you have to make decisions that give you the best odds and play based on probabilities. It's a different type of skill than the games I usually play on this channel, and it's a skill I'm not very good at, but we're gonna try our best. Pretty Good Solitaire gives this game an 80% win rate, but I'm definitely not good enough to capitalize on that. I'm pretty bad at closed games, and my win rate for this game, I think, is barely 50%. So hopefully we'll win at least one game tonight. Let's do one last shuffle after this one, and then we'll go over the rules and deal out the first game. By the way, you might notice some new things in this video if you've seen my previous videos. The backdrop is different. I changed the blanket out for a different one. Actually, technically the other blanket is still here, it's just underneath this one. And I'm using a new microphone that has stereo. So we should be in stereo again. Alright, let's deal out the first game. Rank and file is played on a tableau of 10 piles of 4 cards each. So 40 cards total on the tableau. That's where the name 40 Thieves comes from. In rank and file, all of the cards are going to be dealt face down, except for the top card in each pile, which will be face up. The stacking rules in this game are also very similar to Klondike, also known as Classic Solitaire. So if you're familiar with that game, you'll probably see many similarities in this game. And now the last row is dealt face up. Okay, let's go over the rules quickly. The goal of the game is to move all cards to the 8 foundation piles, which I'll be putting here along the top. The foundation piles are built up in suit from ace to king. So for example, you would start with the ace of diamonds, then you would put the 2 of diamonds on top, then the 3 and the 4, and you would build all the way up to king. And you would do that with all 8 piles. There are 8 because this is a 2-deck game, which which means there are 2 copies of every card, and therefore we will have 2 foundations for each suit. On the tableau, we stack in descending sequence and alternating color, so red cards must be placed on white cards and vice versa. So a red 2 can be placed on a white 3. A white jack can be placed on a red queen. At the start, only the top card in each pile is available for play, but if we're able to build a sequence, like for example, if we placed this red jack on this white queen, we could then move those 2 cards together as a sequence and place it on a red king. If we move a card and underneath it is a face down card, we can flip the face down card to reveal it. Once we run out of moves on the tableau, we can go to the stockpile. Cards are drawn from the stockpile one at a time and placed into a waste pile. The top card on the waste pile is available for play either to the foundations or to the tableau. There is no redeal, so once we go through the stockpile, we cannot flip the waste pile and start again. We must work through the waste pile, and if we run out of moves at that point, the game is over and we lose. So that's all the rules. Let's get started. And the first thing we're gonna do is move this ace of diamonds to the foundation and see what's underneath. It's a white 2. We can place that on one of our red 3s. I'm just gonna do this one. And then we flip it. We get a white king. We can't do anything with that, but we still have some moves. We can play this red jack to the white queen, and then flip this card here. We get a white 3, where we can move this red 2-2. And we get another new card, a white 6. Unfortunately, we don't have a red 5 that we can play to it, or a red 7 that we can play it to. So it looks like we're out of moves for the time being, and we're going to start drawing. We've got a white queen, but we have nowhere for that. We get another one of our aces, the ace of clubs. We'll play that to the foundation. We get a red jack, but we don't have a white queen for it, so we'll continue. A red queen, we'll play that here onto the white king, and that lets us move this jack onto the queen, and we get another red queen. We can play this white jack onto it, and we get another card, a white 5, and we don't have anywhere for that card, so we'll go back to the stock. We get a red 10 that can be placed onto one of our white jacks. We'll continue. A white 8, we don't have anywhere for that. A 3 of clubs. Now we can't play it to the foundation because we don't have a 2 of clubs yet, and we don't have any red 4s, so this is going to have to stay in the waste pile. Now, ideally we would have opened up an empty space by now, and if I didn't have anywhere where I could put this, I would put it in the empty space instead to keep it from getting stuck at the bottom of the waste pile, but we don't have that option right now. I'm hoping we get a red 4 from here. Wow, we got so lucky. Okay, so we'll play this to one of our white 5s, and then we'll play the white 3. So that's good. We kept that white 3 from getting stuck at the bottom of the waste pile. If that happens, then we won't get to see this again until the very end of the game. So it's good that we were able to do that. We've got a white 9, which we can place onto the red 10, and we'll continue. A red 5, which we'll put onto this white 6, and we'll continue. A red 9, and we don't have a white 10 for that, so we'll continue drawing. Okay, this white 10 can be placed onto the red jack, but we don't have anywhere for that. Any other cards for that. Now, unfortunately, we get another white 3, and we still have nowhere for it. But we have at least one, so we will still be able to build up that first foundation. we're not going to be able to build up the second foundation until we get this back, which could cause problems, but at least we have one of them. We've got a red 5, but we don't have anywhere for that. A white jack. A red 8, we can place that here. Another red jack. We got an ace of spades. We'll play that to the foundation. Now we could move this to the foundation, but we're going to wait. It's not always advisable to play cards to the foundation as soon as it's possible. So we're gonna wait. We've got a 2 of diamonds. I'm actually not again, I'm not gonna play this to the foundation straight away. Instead, I'm gonna play it to the white 3. We can play this here, and now we finally get to reveal a new card. A white 7, which can be placed here, and again, we get a new card, and we get a red 6, which can be placed here. Now, we're gonna move one of these white 5s to the red 6, giving us another new card, a white 4, which is great. We can place that here and get another new card. Wow, nice. We're getting all the cards that I wish we'd had earlier. So we've got a 2 of clubs. We're gonna move that onto this red 3. This is nice. We get an ace of hearts. And that gives us a white queen. Now we can't do anything with that, but we still have this move here, moving the red 4 to the white 5. And that gives us an 8. And we don't have anywhere for that white 8 right now. So it looks like we're out of moves for now. Now we could take one of these piles and move it into the empty space. But like I said, I'm gonna wait before I do that because, oh wait. I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna move this 2 of hearts and then the 2 of spades. And now I'm gonna move the 3 of spades so we can get this card here. I think I'm actually gonna do the same thing here. Move this 2 of diamonds. And then the 3 of diamonds, and we get a card here. Let's also move this 4 of spades and take this card. A red queen, which we don't really have any. Oh, actually, we can do this. We can now play that white king. Put the red king on top of it. And are we out of moves now? I think we are. So, let's continue drawing, and we're gonna save this empty space in case we get another low card that we want to put there. So let's continue. We can play this right here. And if we get a white 9, we can move this over and get another card. A 3 of hearts. We don't have a white 4 for it, so instead I'm going to play it to the foundation so it doesn't get stuck in the waste pile. We've got a red 6. Now we could play the red 6 and then move the white 5 to it, but that would use up our empty space. I still want to have this empty space as a last resort, in case we get any low cards. We can play this and move the white queen to it. Continue on. Nice. We can play this here and then move the white 8 to it. That'll allow us to get a card. I'm gonna pick this one because if we draw a white 9, we actually get 2 cards. One from moving this to the empty pile, then we move the white 9 onto it, which gives us a card here, and then we move this onto the white 9. So I think the probability says that you should prioritize the cards that you can bridge, so that if we get lucky and we get a white 9, but we didn't, but that's still a good card to get because now we can move this pile here. Okay, and we draw and we get a 3 of spades. We can move that onto the red 4. That's a good card too. We can move this pile over here. Let's flip this. We get a red 8. Nothing we can do with that for now. And it looks like that's all we have for moves for now. So, let's continue. Actually, hang on. No, I was thinking maybe we can move up this pile and get a card from here. You know, play the 2 and the 3 to the foundation. Play the 4 of hearts to the foundation. But I think we get stuck at this 5 because we would need the 4 of clubs, which is going to be stuck beneath this 3 of hearts, and we already have a 3 of hearts on the foundation, so we won't be able to get to the 4 of clubs. So let's just continue. Okay, we can play this, but we don't get an extra card out of it. But if we get a 6, a red 6, then we can move this over and get a card out of that. A 2 of clubs. We don't have a red 3 for it, so we'll play it to the foundation. A white 8. Nothing we can do with that. A red 10. A white 6. But we need a red 6 to bridge that gap. A red king. A red 7. We'll play that here. And I kind of want, or we could play this and then play the white 6, but we don't get anything out of that. Let's continue drawing. A red 9. A red 10. Red 8. We get another ace of hearts. That's good. And a 2 of hearts. We're gonna play that to the foundation because we've got both aces of hearts. So the reason why you might not want to move a card straight to the foundation is because you might want to move the other card of the same rank and suit instead. But since we've got both aces of hearts, we can move both 2s safely. So we do that. We get another ace of spades. We don't have a 2 of spades though, so we'll continue. A red 7. A red 5. Another red 5. I'm wondering, no, we can't really get anything out of, I was thinking maybe we could stack up to the red 5, to the 5 of diamonds, but I don't think we can yet. We've got an ace of clubs. Okay, actually I just realized we can do this thing that I mentioned earlier. We actually could have done this sooner. I hope I'm not going to regret not having done this, because now we can move the 3 of hearts here, then the 4 of clubs, and then the 5 of clubs. So now we can flip this card. We get a 4 of diamonds that can be placed to the foundation, and we get another card, the other ace of diamonds. Let's move. We can bridge this gap potentially, so let's move this 8 pile to the empty space. We did not get a white 9, but we can play this to the red 5. And we get a 3 of diamonds. We can play that here. And we get another card. Let's do this pile with the queen. And what do we get? A red 4. We can play that to the foundation and get another card. A 2 of spades. Let's play that to the foundation. We'll move this 9 pile. What do we get? A 7 of clubs. We can move that here. Get another card. What do we get? A 4 of clubs. Now, unfortunately, we can't play that to the foundation, and we don't have a red 5 for it, so it's just gonna have to sit there for now. Oh, so whether or not you want to allow looking into the waste pile is up to you. Personally, when I play, I allow it just because I don't think it's very fun to force myself to try to memorize dozens of cards in the waste pile to try to, know what I've drawn and what I haven't. If you do think that aspect is interesting, the memorization aspect, that's totally valid as well. I can understand that, but I don't find it very fun, so I just want to double check to make sure. I think, yeah, there's the 3 of clubs, unfortunately. Now, do we have another way to move that? Like, oh, we might. Oh, wait, we can do something. We can move this 3 of diamonds onto that. Then we play the 3 and 4 of spades onto the foundation. Then we move this pile like that. Now we can move this and reveal our last tableau card, which is a red king, a king of hearts. So unfortunately, we can't move anything to that. We'll continue. We can play this. Now I'm hoping we get... Oh wait, no, never mind. We would need a red 10 and a white 9 if we want to get that. If we wanted to get this 8, to get another empty space, we've got a 6 of clubs. Or sorry, spades. We can move that here. Do we have a 5 of spades? We don't, so we can't stack that up yet. We've got a 2 of diamonds, we can play that. And since we've got all the aces now, we can safely stack up to 3. Actually, our lowest white foundation is a 2, so we can actually stack up to 4 safely. Continue to the stock. We can play this here. A 7 of clubs. Do we have a 6 of clubs anywhere? It looks like we don't, unfortunately. I was hoping maybe we could stack up to here, but I don't think we can. We also don't have a 5 of spades, so we can't stack up to the 7. I don't know, we might run out of options here. We can move this here onto that white 9. And that gets us an extra empty space if we're gonna need one, which we're gonna need all the empty space we can get once our stock is empty and we need to start working back through the waste pile. We're gonna want all the empty space we can get. We've got a 10. We can play that. Now, the legal thing to do would be to play this to the empty space and then move this 9 pile over. Just to save myself the time, I'm going to do a little shortcut and just sneak this 10 underneath the 9 pile. We've got a 7 of hearts. We've got a red jack. We can place that here. And then again, instead of moving... Well, actually, sneaking the 3 cards under kind of sounds like a pain, so I actually am just going to move this pile over. Okay. Draw again. We're getting close to the end of the stock now. And the last card, a 5 of spades. So let's start moving cards to the foundation now. Let's see. Is that really all we can do? That 3 of clubs is going to really hamper us. That being at the back of the waste pile like that. I don't know if we're going to be able to recover from that. We've got 3 empty spaces. Oh, this is such a pain that we don't have anywhere to move this 4 of clubs to. We don't have any red 5s. Where's the nearest one? Pretty far back. Actually, we might be able to get to it. Let's see, we have 3 empty spaces. We would need 4 empty spaces, actually. This is going to be tricky, I think. Still no 5 of diamonds as well. I'm not actually sure if we can do this. So we'll play these to the empty spaces, but I think we don't have anything we can do. I think we are stuck because we would need to move this queen to get to that 5. Actually, we don't even have a white 6 where we can move the red 5. So, like, we could do this, but... Oh, wait. We can... Okay. So, that gives us space for that. Now, we can play it straight to the foundation, but that doesn't help. Oh, we would need a red 6 or a white 6, and we don't have one. Oh, this is a shame. I got kind of excited. I thought maybe we were gonna be able to work through it. We can just play it straight to the foundation. But now we run into a... Oh wait, we can still keep going. Play this. And now this. Oh wait. We want to do this one, I think. And now we get to this red 10, and I think this might be where we're stuck. Oh wait. No. I was hoping maybe we could free this up, but we still don't have anywhere for this. I think that's gonna be it for this one. Oh wait, we can move this. I'm missing the obvious move again. And then this can go here. And with no white 9, I think that's the end. Although I did say that a few times now and then found a way through. But I think this might actually be the end. If we can move this queen, we could get the king. Move the 7 of clubs. Actually, we can move this over here and then play the 9 of diamonds to the foundation. I don't know if this is actually going anywhere, but let's see. Let's go down this path, see where it leads. Now we play this. Unfortunately, we can't get to this Jack of diamonds. We would need to stack one of our white foundations up to 10. But we can't get to the 6 of spades. Alright, I think that's it for our first game. We didn't do too bad. We did get a fair amount of cards to the foundation, but we weren't able to close it out. So that's going to be game 1. Let's get ready for game 2. So hopefully this next game is going to go a little better. Like I said, closed games are not my strong suit, so... I might go back through the video and see if there were any moves I could have made differently. Of course, it's different when you have the knowledge versus when you don't. So, I have to take that into account. I know I always say this, but I'm always looking to get better. So if you have any advice, I will gladly take it. Let's do one more shuffle. Sorry, my cats are running around, so I have to keep cutting. One thing I have noticed about this new blanket is that it kicks up little bits of fabric a lot. And so, I think I've mentioned before, before that sometimes you see little bits of dust floating around. I've noticed that since I switched to this blanket, there's been even more dust floating around, which I guess is just little bits of the fabric coming loose and then floating in front of the camera. I guess it's a little annoying, but hopefully not too annoying. I did just run a lint roller over it, so hopefully I caught most of the loose fabric and it won't be as bad now. Okay. Game number 2 of rank and file. So let's see, we can move one of these 3s to the 4 and this 4 to the 5. That white 9 can go on the red 10. The red 10 can go on the white jack. Nice, we got our first ace. And we can put this white 8 on the red 9. This is a good start so far. We've got a red 6. We can move the white 5 pile onto that. And we can move a white queen onto this red king. We're getting a much better start this time than last time. And it wasn't even like we got a super bad start last time. It's just, this is a really, really good start. We can move this red jack over here. And we get a red 3. And is that it? No, it's not. We still have this. And that gives us another move. And another wow. Alright, are we finally done? I think we are. So we got like half the tableau cleared. That's pretty good. Let's start drawing. We got another ace. 2 of spades. We'll place that on one of the red 3s. This can go here. And a white 5 with nowhere to go. White 8. Red 5, that can go here. That bridges these 2 piles. Now this white 8 can go here. If we get a red 7, we can bridge these 2 piles as well. Okay, nice. We can play this here. Let's move the stock and waste pile out of the way so we can move this 9 pile over here. Actually, I could have done the closer 9 pile, but it's fine. Okay, we can move this here. Now we've got an empty space, that's good. Debating if I want to move this into the empty space, but I don't think it's really worth it. I think we can wait. I think I'd rather save that empty space for something more crucial. This might be that something more crucial. I think I'll do that. I'll play it to the empty space, and then we can play one of our red 3s to it. I'll pick this one. And nothing we can do with that, unfortunately. We'll continue. 2 of diamonds. We'll play this over here. Okay, nice. We get an empty space back. Okay. That doesn't get us a card, but it's nice to have that on the tableau instead of in the waste pile. I think I'm going to do the same thing I did before here, so I'm going to play this to the empty space. And I move the 3 to it. See what we get here. An ace. Nice. And a king. That we can't move any. Oh, wait, we can. We can move this. Did we have a red jack? No, we don't. But that's still fine. 3 of clubs. Don't have anywhere for that. Now I'm kind of wishing I'd kept that empty space open for this, because I don't have anything I can do with it. We're gonna have to leave it here. Hopefully we can at least get the other one. Okay, let's do this. Now we get an empty space, but it's a little late. We've got 2 kings in the way. 6 of diamonds. 4 of hearts. I'm gonna leave it for now. Okay, we'll play this to the foundation. This one I am gonna play to the empty space because we already have a 4 of hearts, but we don't have a 4 of diamonds. So I want to have at least one. Whoops. Oh, jeez. Got a little sneak peek of the next card. I was just gonna play this to the foundation anyways. It's not like it's gonna affect my decision making. We'll play this to the foundation. Oh wait, we can play this here. Overlooking the obvious moves. That's gonna happen a lot. That tends to happen when I play these kinds of games. Okay. Do I have a 9 pile? No. Oh, I do. Okay. That looks like all we can do for now. So let's continue. Actually, well, I'm gonna wait until I get a card I really want. I can play this to the foundation and then this to the foundation and get this empty space. But I'm gonna wait until I actually have a card that I want to put there first. I don't want to just do it without knowing that I need to do it. Okay. We'll take this one because we already know we can get an empty pile if we want one. So we'll take the card and we get another card. Let's just do this one, I guess. Okay, we get another. We'll do the jack. Okay, that doesn't really help. So we'll just continue for now. Okay. So let's do this now then. So we get our empty space and we get that queen on the field. I'm wondering if I can stack up to this. Unfortunately, we already have a 2 of hearts on the foundation. We don't have the other diamond foundation, so I'm wondering what I could do. Like how I could get to that 3 of spades. Let's just play this to the empty space and we'll deal with it if we have to. Okay. Well, I've already got one of these, so I'm kind of okay with leaving it in the waste pile for the time being. Especially because it's not all the way at the back. We're kind of halfway through. Okay, nice. That's good to have. Although what I really want was the other diamond foundation. Okay, well now we can do this. That gives us our space back, but it's already too late to get the 4. I probably shouldn't have done that, actually. I should have waited. We'll leave this for now. We'll leave that too. Actually, well, this can go here at least. I'm wondering if maybe we can do something about this. Play the 3, the 4, and then, no, we would need the 5 of spades. We don't have a 5 of spades. Oh, we do, we have one here. So I could do 3, 4, and then move this over, play the 5, and then replace the 5. Let's just do it. It seems a little unsafe, but I don't want all my cards getting stuck in the waste pile. I'm a little scared. I'm definitely playing a bit out of fear. Okay, nice. That gets us a card. What do we do? We'll do this one, I guess. Actually, let's do this one because it's closer to emptying out a pile. I don't actually know if that matters or anything. Let's just play into the foundation. Oh wait, we can play this to the foundation too. Let's do that. It's a little scary, but I think I don't know. I might be getting a little lazy or something. I don't know, I feel like I'm making a lot of bad decisions and I don't know why. Something tells me this game is not gonna go my way in the end. And I'm gonna have 2 losses on my hands. Yeah, let's do it. We'll play that, and then we'll get a card. Okay, that lets us get another card. Okay, nice. Nice. And I think that's it for now. Okay, let's continue drawing. We'll play that to the foundation. I think that's safe. Okay. We can get another card. This one. Okay, we can move this over here and move the 4-3 pile onto it and take our last tableau card, which is a red jack. We can place this here. This 9 can go there, then we can move the queen and move this onto it. Okay. Oh, we can actually do this. So we're gonna do the little shortcut again. I'm not gonna move the whole pile. We're just gonna slip it under. Oh, finally we get this ace. So we can start stacking up. We have all our aces. So let's go. Our 3 of clubs is stuck at the bottom if I remember right. So hopefully that's not going to be a problem. With our black stuck at 2, we probably shouldn't go above 4, or too far above 4 right now for these foundations. The red foundations, I mean. Let's, uh-oh. These are all cards that I don't like. Well, at least we could do this. And then, oh, this can go here. I missed that move. Alright. Okay, so now we have to work through the whole stock, which we might be able to do. We'll see. It depends how much this hampers us, I think. I think that's what it's going to come down to. We get the 4 of diamonds. And this king can go here. An 8 of clubs. This can go here. We're getting all the right high cards. this. We might have to move it to an empty space for the time being. We'll have to get rid of it later, I'm sure. Okay. We've still got our empty space, so we can still do this. Well, we'll put it here. And then this can go under this queen. I think we might actually win this. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, but look, there's our 3 of clubs. And then this can go here. Nice. I think we actually won this one. Let's go. Alright. I feel better now. I felt a little bad after the first loss, but we've recovered. I've redeemed myself a bit. I was making a lot of decisions near the end that I felt were kind of questionable. Like my brain was telling me that they weren't good ideas, but I was making them just because I kind of felt like I had to. Like I was just scared of missing opportunities. But it worked out in the end, so that's good. So we're still gonna do one more game after this. Will that game be a win or a loss? I would like to go 2 wins, 1 loss. That would be satisfying. Obviously I would like to win all of them if I can. You know, I like winning at Solitaire. But I would be happy with 2 wins and 1 loss as well. Whoops. These 2 deck games can sometimes take a while to stack back up once you're done. Alright, game number 2 is a win. That wasn't very good at all. That was a little bit better, but still pretty bad. I swear it's hard with these plastic cards, that's my excuse. It's harder to do this with plastic cards than with regular paper cards. But it looks like everything is in order. Okay. Time for our last game of the night. Game number 3. I'm interested in thinking about what other games I might want to do. 2 deck games. Which one I want to do next. I actually have some other Forty Thieves variants that I'm interested in trying. I mean, games that I've played before, but I think would be fun to record. I actually just recently started, so I realized that there's actually 2 versions of the game Indian. And the one I was playing was actually not the more interesting one. The more interesting one is actually the one that's in my book that I have. It's has an interesting rule where when you flip the face down card at the top, so basically it's like 40 Thieves. The tableau is 1 card down, 2 up. face down card, it actually becomes a protected card. And you can't move it or stack on top of it. You can only move it to the foundation. So it kind of reminds me of the cards from the prison rows in prison. And once you clear it, once you move it to the foundation, you replace it with one card down, two cards up. So it makes for a very, very different kind of game than a typical 40 Thieves variant. And I played a few games of it, and it's pretty fun. But I haven't done it with real cards yet. I've only played it on the computer. I want to try it with real cards soon. And maybe I'll do it on video. Maybe that will be my next 2-deck game. But let's just do one more shuffle. I'll stop rambling and get into the last game. Sorry, sometimes I get started talking about Solitaire, and then I can't shut up. Alright, let's deal game number 3. I really like this backdrop more, personally, but if you like the old one, let me know and maybe I'll bring it back sometime. So whether we win or lose this one, at least we got one win. But I would like to win too. That would be nice. Okay, let's begin. We've got this ace I forgot about. And this red 9 can go there. Nice, we might empty out a pile. No, oh yes, we did. Good, good, good. Nice to have that early. Now I don't have to worry about it until I need to put a card there, and then I have to start worrying about it again, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Am I done? Oh no, not quite. I think now I'm done. Oh, wait. I was totally missing this. Okay. Oh, we're still going. I thought we were done, but I was wrong. Okay, now I think we're done. Okay, let's go. A2, nowhere for it. Let's hold on to that. Okay, I checked my phone on a whim, and I was almost out of disk space, so it's a good thing I did. Let's continue. Okay, we get another card. Nice. Actually, I probably should have kept the empty space. Okay. We don't have a white 8 for that, unfortunately. If we did, we would have moved that to it already, so I guess that's obvious. Okay, we get another too. Okay, our other ace of diamonds. I'm actually going to leave this. I'm tempted to play this to the foundation, then play that to the empty space, but we've seen so few of our low cards so far. I think I'm going to want to save that empty space for something more crucial than a 4. Because we've barely seen anything in terms of low cards. Oh, I just realized we could do that. We get this ace. That 5 can go here. Oh, nice. That pile was exactly what we needed. Oh, we're still going. Nice. This is going great. Okay, so let's play that and then move that there. We've got 2 empty spaces, so we can get another card. I'm going to do this pile because if we get a white 8, we can bridge that gap and then we get 2 cards. Let's see if our gamble pays off. No, we got a white 9. We can still use that though. Unfortunately, we've got nowhere for this. I think I'm going to play it to the empty space. Just being safe, I guess. Well, at least we have one of them. Okay. We get our empty space back. Too late to go back to that 2, I think, though. Okay, another ace. Oh, I just realized since we have both aces of clubs, we can play this. Okay, so we get another card. Which one do we want to take? It doesn't really matter. We don't have any gaps we can bridge, so we'll just do this one, I guess. Okay. That goes to the foundation. You have no idea how ballistic my cats are going right now. It's just... I think I've complained about this before, but there's always activity in my house during the day, so I have to record during the night, and then I go to record at night, and that's when my cats decide they need to be the rowdiest, most rambunctious as they possibly can be, and start running around the house at full speed. Right when I'm trying to record my videos. Wait, I have 2 empty spaces, so I can take another card. Let's do this one. Okay. I feel like we can make an empty space. Somehow. We can't though, we don't have any of the aces of hearts. And I don't want to stack anything else up that far. We'll just leave it for now. Oh, there we go. That's what we needed. Okay. Let's take this one. Actually play this. We would play it to the empty space and then we would move this pile on top of it, but We're doing the lazy thing. Anything else? Okay, we could do the same thing here. We'll leave that for now. Do we have a 3 of clubs? We don't have a single one on the field. We already have a 4 of clubs though, so I'll just leave that for now. Again, we already have a 3 of hearts on the field, so I might just leave this, even though it hurts me to leave a 3 in the waste pile. But we're only like halfway through. It's not at the bottom. Hopefully I don't regret that. Okay. Now we can get a card. We can play this, and then like that. Finally we get an ace of hearts. Do I want to go back for that? Can I even go back for the 2? Or the 3, I mean. I think I'm going to. Yeah, I hope I don't regret this. We can play that too, actually. So we got both of those lowish cards out of the waste pile. There's our other ace of hearts. We've got all our aces now. We'll play this here instead of to the foundation, so we have a space for any red 4s we find. We'll play this to the foundation, just to prevent it from getting buried. Put this here. Play that to the foundation. And we can play this as well. We've got all the aces, so we can safely go up to 3. Except I'm not going to do the clubs yet because we only have one of them, so I don't know. Maybe it's not unsafe to do that, but for some reason to me it feels unsafe. Actually, I might do it anyways, and here's why. I want to do this. And then get a card, or actually, do I just want to leave the empty space open rather than get a card? I mean, I could have waited to do that if I just wanted the empty space, but yeah, let's wait. Okay, nice. We get an empty pile, which means we can get another card. Let's do this one because it's less effort. An 8 of hearts, we can play that here. My piles are a little messy right now. Okay, another 8 of hearts. And we don't have anywhere for that one. We'll leave the empty space for now. Let's put this here. And there's our last card, the 2 of clubs. So let's get to work. And let's see how far we can stack up. Now I think we're missing a 3 of spades way in the back, right? Let me just, where was it? Wait, where's the 3 of spades? I thought we had one in the waste pile. I don't see it on the tableau, so it's gotta be in here somewhere. There was this 2 of hearts, I forgot about that. Okay, why is the, oh, I still have 3 cards face down on the tableau. I didn't even realize that. Let's uncover these. Hopefully this doesn't get me screwed over. No, okay. That's the 3 of it. Yeah, there it is. Now the big problem is going to be that 2 of hearts. We're going to be trying to weasel our way around not having that for the entire waste pile. Like, look, all these hearts are already causing problems. I want to try to stack up to 8. So we have to get the 6. And we need a 7. 7 of hearts is here. Now, we can't play this. We don't have another 6 currently. So how do we get to this 7? I don't know if we do. Without another 6, I don't know. I don't know how we move these out of the way. Or another red 7, I mean. Or a white 6. We would need a white 6 to move this 2. Or we would need a red 7 to move these 2. We don't have either of those. That 2 of hearts. That missing 2 of hearts is going to be the death of me, I think. And even if I play this to the empty space, I have nothing I can do with this. Is there really nothing I can do? We can't stack anything up that high without using an empty space. And if we use an empty space, it defeats the purpose, because the whole point is trying to get another one. I think it's over. We're just blocked by these. Nothing we can do. Without that 2 of hearts, we can't stack up the hearts, and so our hearts are just blocking our progress. Oh my god, I just had an idea. Oh, good thing I didn't give up. Okay, nice. So we get to continue for a little bit longer. Just a bit longer. And it looks like it wasn't that much longer. Maybe we could do something. I gave up too early last time. So, let's not. Okay, let's do this. 7, 8. Move this 8. 9. And now we need one of these. So we do this. 9 to the 10. 10 to foundation. And then this pile goes onto the jack. Okay. Now we can play that. Does this actually help in any way? I feel like I'm limping along here. We can do a similar thing again. We'll move these here. 10 of clubs to the foundation, then move this back. Play that to the empty space. Okay. Oh, now we're stuck again with a king. Where is that 4 of diamonds? It's behind the 2, so it's also way back there. Do we have any chance of getting there? I mean, first we need a place for this king. I mean, maybe we need to get to a jack of hearts. So how do we get to the jack of hearts? Or maybe the jack of clubs might also help. Well, we need to stack something up to 10. So we do 6, 7, 8. How do we get the 9? Do we have a 9? We do, it's right here. Oh wait, we have one right here. I suppose if we had a red jack, we would have already moved this to it. How do we not have a jack of diamonds? I guess they're both in here. Yeah, they are. Well, I'll do this, but I don't think it leads anywhere. I don't see any way of actually making this happen. We can't stack any of our other white foundations up high enough because all the cards we need, like our 5s and stuff, 4s and 5s, they're all stuck underneath hearts that we can't move. I think this is over now. That's unfortunate. I started to get my hopes back, but looks like I got excited too soon. Alright, well. 1 win, 2 losses. That's honestly to be expected. I'm pretty bad at this game, but I had fun playing it. I'll just have to practice. If you want to see this game come back, maybe I'll have a better showing next time I decide to play it. As always, if you have any games you want to request for me to play, either games that I've never played on the channel or games that I have played that you'd like to see me revisit, leave a comment, and if I've got nothing else planned, I'll do a video of that game. I'm always interested in hearing what games people want to see, and I love any excuse I get to try a game that I wouldn't otherwise play. So, yeah. That's going to be it for this video, though. Thank you so much for watching. See you later. Have a good night.